So let's see what are promises in JavaScript. The promise object represents when a function or a task is completed or also has failed of an asynchronous operation and its resulting value. So we're going to create an example using promises. Promises are going to be really important because in the next chapter we're going to introduce, in the next video we're going to introduce Fetch API, which will require that we understand promises. So let's create this example. We're going to create a new promise object. I'm going to create a const variable. We're going to call this one apply discount, and it's going to be equals to a new promise. So this is going to create the promise object. So this is going to have a function. If you remember, this is going to be a callback. So basically this function is going to require a resolve and a reject parameters. If you remember, I said that promises represent when a function is completed or has failed. So normally the resolve, we're going to add the comment right here. Resolve is going to execute when the function is successful, and reject when the function or the task has failed. By the way, this parenthesis, I'm going to cut this, should be right here on the end. So this is going to be a new promise. If you console log this apply discount like this, you can see that we have this promise. It says pending because we haven't done anything with this promise. But you can see this is a promise. So we're going to create a new variable right here. We're going to call this one const discount, and we're going to set this value to true. Right here I'm going to add if discount, so we're going to check the value of this. This is going to be true. In this case I'm going to add resolve, because resolve is going to be when the function is successful. So we're going to add resolve, and we're going to add discount, apply it, something like this, something really simple. In the else statement, that means that this discount is false, so it's going to be reject. So we're going to reject right here, and we're going to add discount fail, something like that. Now we have this resolve and we have this reject. If you save this, you can see that it says promise and it says resolve and it says discount applied. So normally when you see something like this, it's because you are missing something. We have the value right here, but we need to access this value. You can see it says promise value. In order to access this, I'm going to add this apply discount. And you need to add the following code. You need to add dot then, and then this is going to be a function, and it's going to have a result. So from here you can console log this result. And this result is going to be basically this value. But you need to access this using dot then. So remember, if you have a code like this that says promise resolve, maybe it can say also pending or some other, but it says promise, you need to add dot then. That's going to be really important. So we're gonna save this, and you can see that we have discount applied, so we access this. I'm gonna remove this. So you can see we have discount applied. So this is the result that we have here. If you set this to false, we need to execute the reject. This is going to be executed when we resolve the promise. If we save this, you can see that we don't have anything. So right here I'm going to add, in order to access the reject value, this discount fail, we need to use a keyword called catch. And catch is going to get the error. Always is going to get the error from a promise. So we're going to add console.log, and we're going to pass the result. The result is going to be this text that we have here. So save this, and now you can see we have discount failed. So normally the resolve is going to be attached to this dot then to access the value. When you have reject, it's going to be an error. You have to use catch to grab that error. So that's going to be really important. Resolve is going to be, the value is going to be accessed using dot then, and reject, the value is going to be accessed using dot catch. So this is a basic example of using promises, but they are going to be really helpful because in the next video we're gonna see how to work with the Fetch API.